straight away. All Premier League games are worth the same 3 points, but this one, this is worth more than the sum of its parts in this city. The managers will insist it's just another superpowers of the English game. Today they contest the local bragging rights. This is not good. Looks like it down to 10, and Haaland leaves, and did it go over the line? The referee looks at his watch and says goal. The goal line technology confirming that Erling Haaland's attempt had indeed crossed the goal line, and Manchester City have doubled their lead. The chances, the possession, the territory has been turned.
Stop Haaland from getting in position. Well, he didn't put up enough of a defence, and he allowed the Norwegian to get into the space, to get on the end of it, and to come up with a fine header. And then it was a case of United hoping that it hadn't crossed the line. But Michael Oliver's watch soon told us that Malacia played it from behind the line, and it stands.
Haaland's third header for City in the Premier League. It is now 15 goals. It is 11 games for City in all competitions. De Bruyne. Manchester United trying to get numbers back. Haaland! 2 goals in 4 minutes for Erling Haaland. Manchester City are putting their local rivals to the sword inside the first half of the Etihad.
But now it really is beginning to open up for Manchester City. And look at the room that Grealish is able to take the ball forward with. And again, De Bruyne has got all the time in the world to find the pass that is absolutely sumptuous. And again, because of the size of this guy and because of his athleticism, he finds a way of getting there. It helps that his stronger foot is that left, and he's able to just use that to guide it past the air. But we're now watching fire against fear.
Those two are increasingly gaining. See the space that Haaland is going to go into as United push forward. Look at the gaps in the back. De Bruyne is quite late. 4 goals in 43 minutes. The reigning Premier League champions are flexing their muscles, and listen to the volume of the noisy neighbours now.
Well, this is becoming typical, and again, De Bruyne is at the hub of everything they're doing going forward at the moment. But I must admit, akin to the pass we saw from De Bruyne to set up the goal for this fella, he's done likewise here for Foden to get him a second, and who knows, Foden might go on now to beat Haaland to a hat-trick. It's Manchester City running riot against subdued neighbours, seriously subdued neighbours.
Great first touch from Anthony. And the shot's not bad either! Well, hands down the best moment for the visitors of the afternoon so far. Anthony's second Premier League appearance. He's just grabbed his second goal, and it's an absolute beauty. The last Brazilian to score in each of his first 2 Premier League appearances was actually a Manchester City player. It was Robinho in 2008. Anthony hoping he can arouse Manchester United from their slumber.
Well, he did extremely well with his first touch to get it under control and come inside Grealish. And I think then everybody felt that, well, there's enough bodies back.
De Bruyne. Sergio Gomez. Haaland! Hat-trick! 3 home games in a row in the Premier League. 3 hat-tricks in succession. And why not? For the first time in the Premier League, a player has scored hat-tricks 3 home league matches in a row. The new heights gained all the time.
You know, the other thing as well, he's got such an understanding of what his position demands, of what that role requires. And again, it's just very, very easy for him to saunter into space. And United aren't tight again to it, it's just too loose. But this is a guy now that's ready to kind of push with Kylian Mbappe. He's ready to push Ronaldo, who's on the bench here.
Haaland. Foden. It's another hat-trick! Referee glances over at the assistant, but there's no flag. Hat-trick for Haaland, hat-trick for Foden. Job done for Manchester City in the Manchester derby. The humiliation for the visitors continues.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Foden had drifted into an offside position, but not when it was released. That's really well done from the assistant to read that, and Foden himself turned around to look at the referee's assistant to see if the flag was going to be raised, but once he got in position, it's beautifully placed.
Just 1 second there. One thing they want to question here in the build-up to the goal was, had the ball gone out of play, Fred, sight of goal, and it'll be followed up by Anthony Martial. Manchester United get their second. They reduce the deficit to 4. Anthony Martial will enjoy this, only his second goal in his last 22 appearances for Manchester United. It's not going to change the outcome today, but the player who was sent to Spain on loan last season will hope it might get him back into the starting 11 of this club soon.
Yeah, I think Fred has to take a lot of praise for what he did. Great touch to get away from Akanji and set himself up for the shot, and he got real power behind it, which made it tough for Edison.
His team battling on late on, and the referee points to the spot. This is going to be a penalty. Manchester United may be far, far behind in this race, but they're not giving up. Now they've an opportunity to score a third goal away from home here. Down goes Martial inside the penalty area. Spot kick for Manchester United, who will attempt to score, and does. A well-taken penalty to the postage stamp corner. Anthony Martial, second of the game. It is now 5 goals against City in the last 5 seasons for Martial. He got a penalty a few seasons back as well. There was no saving that one. And the horse may have bolted, but Manchester United have scored 3. 3-2. But it's 6 of them. The ignition for the party